How to Train Your Mind for Greater Strength. Written and published by Echoes of Empowerment. Introduction. What if I told you that the greatest battles you'll ever fight won't be on a battlefield, but in the confines of your own mind? Every decision, every moment of doubt, every challenge you face begins with one simple question. How strong is your mind? Your mind is the single most powerful force shaping your reality, determining the way you perceive obstacles and ultimately dictating your success. It's the one tool that can either propel you to unimaginable heights or keep you trapped in a cycle of self-limitation. But here's the truth. Your mind is not something you're stuck with. It's something you can train. It's malleable, adaptable, and capable of extraordinary strength if you know how to harness its full potential. How to strengthen your mind. How to Train Your Mind for Greater Strength isn't just a book. It's a blueprint for mental transformation. This is your guide to building a mind that is as unbreakable as steel, as focused as a laser, and as resilient as a warrior in battle. In the pages ahead, you'll learn how to reprogram your thinking, how to develop unshakable discipline, and how to cultivate a mindset that thrives under pressure. You'll discover the tools to conquer fear, silence self-doubt, and embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth. This is about more than just surviving life. It's about mastering it. If you're ready to unlock the hidden power within you, it's time to dive in. Your mind, your most powerful ally, is about to become your greatest strength. The question is, are you ready to train it for greatness? Chapter 1. The Power of Focus. Train your mind to stay centered. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. From the constant buzz of notifications on your phone to the noise of the outside world, it can feel nearly impossible to focus on one thing at a time. However, the ability to concentrate and stay focused on what matters is one of the most powerful skills you can develop to strengthen your mind. When you focus your energy on the task at hand, you become more efficient, productive, and better equipped to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Focus is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. One of the best ways to train your mind to stay centered is through meditation and mindfulness. These practices teach you how to quiet the noise around you and turn your attention inward, helping you to be present in the moment. Meditation allows you to slow down, clear your mind, and focus on your breath, while mindfulness helps you tune in to the present moment without judgment. Both techniques improve your ability to control where your attention goes, helping you resist distractions and stay on track. Another important technique for enhancing focus is setting clear goals. When you know exactly what you want to achieve, your mind has a clear target to focus on. Setting specific, actionable goals gives you direction and purpose, making it easier to stay motivated and avoid getting sidetracked. When you have a roadmap in front of you, distractions lose their power. With consistent practice, you'll notice that your mind becomes sharper and more capable of staying focused on what truly matters. Over time, you'll develop the ability to ignore the noise and channel your energy towards your goals, leading to greater success and a stronger, more resilient mind. The key is practice. Focus is a skill that improves the more you use it. Chapter 2. Building Mental Resilience. Bouncing back from life's challenges. Life is filled with unexpected challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that can often leave us feeling defeated or unsure of our next steps. But true mental strength is not about avoiding hardship. It's about how we respond when life knocks us down. Mental resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficult situations, to stay strong in the face of adversity, and to keep moving forward even when the road ahead seems tough. Building mental resilience starts with changing the way we view challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, we can train our minds to see them as opportunities for growth. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation make me stronger? Shifting your mindset from one of defeat to one of opportunity can drastically improve your ability to handle stress and setbacks. Another important aspect of building resilience is developing emotional flexibility. This means being able to adapt to changing circumstances without allowing negative emotions to overwhelm you. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. By accepting that setbacks are a natural part of the process, you can better manage your emotions and stay focused on solutions rather than getting stuck in frustration or disappointment. Resilience is also built through self-belief. When you believe in your ability to overcome challenges, you approach problems with a sense of confidence and determination. This belief comes from within, and it's nurtured through consistent practice. Each time you face a challenge, remind yourself that you have the strength and the tools to handle it. Over time, this inner strength will grow, and you'll begin to see every obstacle as something that you can conquer. Building resilience involves taking care of yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Just like training for a marathon, strengthening your mind requires effort and care. Practice stress relief techniques such as exercise, deep breathing, and taking time for yourself to recharge. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth and remind you of your inner strength. The more you practice resilience, the stronger your mind will become. Instead of being crushed by life's challenges, you'll find that you can face them with courage, learn from them, and come out even stronger on the other side. Mental resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving despite adversity. Chapter 3. Mastering Self-Control: How to Discipline Your Mind. Self-control is a cornerstone of mental strength. It's the ability to resist temptations, make decisions that align with your long-term goals, and maintain discipline in your thoughts and actions. Without self-control, it's easy to be swept away by impulses, distractions, and instant gratifications, which can derail your progress and prevent you from reaching your full potential. Mastering self-control is not about denying yourself pleasure. It's about making choices that serve your higher purpose, even when it's difficult. To begin developing self-control, you first need to understand its importance. Every decision you make has an impact on your future. When you choose to stay focused, resist distractions, and stick to your goals, you build mental strength that pays off in the long run. On the other hand, giving in to impulses, whether it's procrastination, unhealthy habits, or distractions, weakens your mind and takes you further away from your desired outcomes. One effective way to practice self-control is by setting clear and achievable goals. When you know exactly what you want to accomplish, it becomes easier to stay disciplined. Having a roadmap for your goals gives your mind a clear target to focus on, and when temptation or distractions arise, it's easier to say no because you understand that it's not aligned with your vision. The key is to make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," set a goal like, "I will work out for 30 minutes every day for the next month." This clarity makes it easier for your mind to focus and resist short-term temptations. Another powerful technique for developing self-control is practicing delayed gratification. In a world where everything is available instantly, it's easy to give in to the urge for immediate rewards. But by learning to delay gratification, you teach your mind that lasting rewards are far more valuable. Start by intentionally postponing small pleasures, whether that's waiting an extra hour before having a snack or resisting the urge to check your phone during work. These small acts of self-discipline build your mental resilience and show your mind that you're in control. One of the most important aspects of self-control is emotional regulation. Often our impulses are driven by emotions like stress, boredom, or frustration. By learning how to manage your emotions, you can prevent them from controlling your behavior. Techniques like deep breathing, journaling, or simply taking a step back and reflecting on the situation can help you regain control when emotions run high. This not only strengthens your ability to make rational decisions, but also helps you stay calm under pressure. Building self-control also means developing good habits and routines. The more you structure your day with positive habits, the less likely you are to fall into unhealthy patterns. For example, if you make it a habit to start your day with a morning meditation or workout, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Consistency is key. By creating routines that support your goals, you're training your mind to stay disciplined without having to think about it too much. Remember, self-control is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. Every time you resist an impulse, stay focused on your goals, or make a disciplined decision, you're strengthening your mind. Over time, this mental discipline will become second nature, and you'll find it easier to stay on track and achieve your long-term success. Chapter 4. Reprogramming Negative Thoughts. Transform your inner dialogue. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. They shape how we see ourselves, the world around us, and how we respond to challenges. Unfortunately, many of us are often unaware of the negative thought patterns running through our minds. These negative thoughts can hold us back, fuel self-doubt, and create barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential. But the good news is that you have the power to change the way you think. By reprogramming your negative thoughts, you can transform your inner dialogue and create a mindset that is empowering, positive, and supportive of your success. Negative thinking often becomes a default setting for many people. Whether it's constant worry about the future, harsh self-criticism, or an unrelenting focus on what's going wrong, negative thoughts can seem automatic. Over time, these thoughts can become so ingrained in your mind that they feel like truths, even though they might be far from reality. This is where the power of mindset comes into play. The first step in reprogramming your negative thoughts is recognizing them. Simply becoming aware of when you're thinking negatively is a huge breakthrough. Once you recognize these thoughts, you can choose not to believe them. You don't have to accept every thought as fact. Many times, your mind will create stories that are based on fear, insecurity, or old patterns, not on reality. The next step is to challenge these negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have that supports this thought? Often you'll find that these thoughts are based on past experiences, assumptions, or fears that have no real basis in the present moment. By questioning the validity of these thoughts, you can begin to weaken their hold on you. A powerful technique to challenge negative thoughts is using a simple practice called cognitive reframing. This involves taking a negative thought and reframing it into a more positive and constructive one. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail," you can reframe it as, "I might not succeed this time, but I will learn from this experience and improve next time." Another effective strategy is replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Affirmations are simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. They can help shift your mindset and train your mind to focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. For example, if you often think, "I'm not smart enough," replace that with, "I am capable of learning and growing every day." Repeating affirmations not only helps counteract negative thoughts, but also rewires your brain to focus on the positive. Over time, your mind will begin to adopt this new, more positive way of thinking. It's also helpful to practice self-compassion. Many negative thoughts arise from self-criticism or the belief that we aren't good enough. When you make a mistake or face a setback, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a close friend. Instead of harshly judging yourself, say to yourself, "It's okay to make mistakes. I'm doing my best, and I will keep improving." This shift in how you talk to yourself can dramatically change the way you view yourself and the world around you. Another way to reprogram your mind is by creating a thought journal. This journal allows you to track your thoughts and examine your thinking patterns over time. When you notice negative thoughts arising, write them down along with the evidence that contradicts them. This helps you recognize irrational or distorted thinking and replace it with more balanced, realistic thoughts. You can also reprogram your mind by surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you interact with, the media you consume, and the environments you spend time in all contribute to the thoughts and beliefs that shape your mindset. Seek out positive role models, books, podcasts, and communities that inspire and encourage you. The more you expose yourself to uplifting, empowering content, the more you will begin to think in ways that support your growth and success. Be patient with yourself. Changing your thought patterns takes time, and it requires consistent effort. You won't reprogram your mind overnight, but with dedication and practice, you will notice gradual changes in your mindset. Each time you challenge a negative thought, replace it with a positive one, or show yourself compassion, you're building a new mental habit, one that is stronger, more positive, and aligned with your goals. Reprogramming negative thoughts is not about denying reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about learning to control your inner dialogue so that you can respond to life's challenges with confidence, resilience, and a positive attitude. By transforming your negative thoughts into empowering beliefs, you'll unlock your true potential and build a mindset that supports your success in every area of your life. Chapter 5. Cultivating Patience. Training your mind to be calm in the storm. In our fast-paced world, where instant gratification is at our fingertips and the pressure to constantly perform is ever present, patience has become a rare and undervalued trait. We live in a society that demands quick results, rapid responses, and immediate satisfaction. However, true strength comes not from rushing through life or pushing through every moment with urgency, but from learning to be patient, calm, and composed in the face of life's challenges. Cultivating patience is essential for mental strength because it helps us maintain control over our emotions, manage stress, and make better decisions in difficult situations. Patience is often misunderstood. Many people view it as simply waiting for things to happen, but it's so much more than that. True patience is an active process. It's about maintaining a sense of calm, being present in the moment, and trusting that things will unfold in due time. It's about surrendering the need to control everything and allowing life to unfold naturally. In order to cultivate patience, it's important to understand that everything has its time. Whether it's achieving success, healing from a setback, or building lasting relationships, good things take time, and rushing through the process often leads to burnout, frustration, or mistakes. The first step in cultivating patience is learning to control your impulses. When faced with a difficult or frustrating situation, it's easy to react impulsively, whether by getting angry, making rash decisions, or giving up too quickly. However, cultivating patience requires a shift in how you respond. Instead of reacting immediately, practice taking a pause. When you feel the urge to react, breathe deeply and give yourself a moment to process the situation. This small act of mindfulness allows you to regain control over your emotions and make decisions from a place of clarity, not impulse. Patience is also deeply connected to managing expectations. We often become frustrated or disappointed when things don't go according to plan or take longer than we expected. To cultivate patience, it's essential to set realistic expectations for yourself and others. Understand that not everything will happen on your desired timeline, and that's okay. Life is full of unpredictability, and when you accept that not everything is within your control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and frustration. The key is to focus on what you can control, your response to the situation, and let go of the need to control every detail. A helpful tool in developing patience is practicing delayed gratification. In a world where instant access is the norm, learning to delay gratification is an act of mental discipline. Start with small challenges, like waiting a few extra minutes before eating a snack or taking time to enjoy your achievements rather than rushing to the next task. These small acts of delayed gratification can train your mind to tolerate discomfort and uncertainty, which are often present when you're waiting for something valuable or meaningful to come into fruition. Over time, you'll build the mental fortitude to patiently endure life's challenges without getting overwhelmed or impatient. Another important aspect of patience is learning to trust the process. We often want to skip the steps or fast-track our way to success, but true growth happens in the journey, not the destination. Whether you're building a business, mastering a skill, or improving yourself, the process is where the lessons lie. When you trust that every step, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is a part of your growth, you begin to let go of the anxiety that comes with wanting everything to happen instantly. You'll find that you can stay focused on the present moment, knowing that every experience is contributing to your greater purpose. Patience also plays a crucial role in emotional regulation. When we're impatient, we're often allowing our emotions to dictate our actions. For instance, we might become irritated, anxious, or disappointed when things don't go as planned, which leads to poor decision-making or unnecessary stress. However, by practicing patience, we create space between our emotions and actions. We learn to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional patience can help you stay calm and grounded, even in difficult or high-pressure situations, allowing you to think clearly and respond with wisdom. In addition to emotional regulation, patience encourages us to accept things as they are without judgment. Life is filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments of uncertainty. When we practice patience, we stop resisting what's happening and learn to accept it as part of our journey. This doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to passivity. Instead, it's about allowing things to unfold naturally without unnecessary stress. Patience allows you to focus on the things you can control, your attitude, your effort, and your mindset, while accepting the things you can't change with grace and peace. Developing patience requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing delays, struggles, or setbacks as frustrating interruptions, learn to view them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face teaches you something new, whether it's a lesson in perseverance, a deeper understanding of yourself, or an insight into how to improve your approach. With this mindset, you can embrace patience as an ally rather than an obstacle. Cultivating patience takes time and practice, but the rewards are immense. When you develop the ability to stay calm, composed and patient in the face of adversity, you build mental resilience, improve your decision-making, and increase your overall well-being. Patience allows you to embrace life's unpredictability, trust the process, and ultimately reach your goals with greater ease and satisfaction. Remember, patience is not about waiting for things to happen. It's about how you navigate life's challenges with grace, perseverance, and unwavering calm. Chapter 6. The Role of Positivity: Strengthening Your Mind with Optimism. In the face of adversity, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, defeated, or discouraged. Life can throw curveballs at us, and it's natural to sometimes feel like everything is going wrong. However, one of the most powerful tools in building mental strength is the ability to maintain a positive mindset, even during challenging times. Positivity isn't about ignoring the difficulties you face or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the good, learning from the bad, and believing that every setback is an opportunity for growth. A positive mindset can transform your life by helping you overcome obstacles, maintain motivation, and create the mental resilience you need to succeed. Positivity is the ability to see the potential for growth and improvement, no matter the circumstances. It's about recognizing that challenges are part of the process and that no matter how hard life gets, you have the power to change your mindset and rise above the difficulties. Positive thinking doesn't mean you'll never experience negative emotions. It simply means that when negativity arises, you have the mental tools to manage it and move forward. To cultivate positivity, one of the first steps is to become aware of your thoughts. Our minds are constantly active, and often we don't realize how much negative self-talk influences our actions. It's easy to fall into a pattern of thinking where we focus on what's going wrong, what could go wrong, or what we don't have. These thoughts create a mindset of scarcity, fear, and limitation, which can hold you back from reaching your true potential. By becoming aware of these negative patterns, you can begin to shift your thinking toward a more positive and empowering perspective. A simple but effective technique to boost positivity is the practice of gratitude. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our attention away from what we lack and instead celebrate what we have. Gratitude rewires the brain to notice the good things in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. You can start by keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This simple act trains your mind to look for positivity and abundance rather than scarcity and limitation. As you cultivate a gratitude practice, you'll begin to notice that your overall outlook on life becomes more optimistic and joyful. Another powerful way to strengthen your mind with positivity is by reframing negative experiences. Life will never be without challenges, but how you interpret those challenges can make all the difference. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures or insurmountable obstacles, you can choose to see them as lessons or opportunities for growth. For example, if you don't get the promotion you wanted, instead of feeling defeated, try to view it as an opportunity to learn new skills, improve your performance, or explore new career paths. Reframing situations in this way helps you maintain a positive attitude, even in the face of disappointment, and encourages you to find the silver lining in every experience. One of the most important aspects of cultivating positivity is the practice of self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go as planned, but self-criticism only drains your energy and undermines your confidence. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when you make mistakes or encounter setbacks. Instead of berating yourself for not being perfect, Acknowledge that you are human and that it's okay to have challenges. Being gentle with yourself helps you stay positive, resilient, and open to learning from every experience. Positive thinking also involves surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, and the environments we are in all shape our mindset. If you spend most of your time around negative, pessimistic individuals, it can be difficult to maintain a positive outlook. Surround yourself with people who uplift, support, and encourage you to be your best self. Seek out books, podcasts, and videos that inspire and motivate you. By immersing yourself in positive influences, you're creating a mental environment that supports your growth and mental strength. Another key element of positivity is taking care of your physical health. The mind and body are deeply interconnected, and taking care of one benefits the other. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and adequate sleep all contribute to better mental health and a more positive mindset. Exercise, in particular, is known to release endorphins, the body's natural mood boosters, which can help combat stress and anxiety. When you feel physically good, your mind is better equipped to stay positive and focused. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay present and positive, especially when faced with stress or negativity. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware and engaged in the present moment, without judgment. When you're mindful, you're able to observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. This can help you catch negative thought patterns before they spiral out of control, and it gives you the space to choose how you want to respond. Practicing mindfulness daily through activities such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings helps cultivate a calm, positive mindset. It's also helpful to practice positive self-talk. The way we speak to ourselves has a profound impact on our mental strength. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, capable enough, or deserving of success, you're reinforcing negative beliefs that hinder your growth. Instead, replace those negative statements with affirmations that support your self-worth and capabilities. For example, if you're facing a difficult challenge, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," try saying to yourself, "I am capable of overcoming this challenge, and I have the strength to succeed." Positive affirmations help rewire your brain, boosting your confidence and encouraging you to keep going, even when things get tough. Remember that positivity is a habit that takes time to develop. It's not something that happens overnight, but with consistent practice, you can train your mind to focus on the good, even in the most difficult circumstances. By making positivity a part of your daily routine, you'll begin to notice a shift in your mindset, and over time, it will become your natural way of thinking. Positivity strengthens your resilience, boosts your confidence, and helps you see the possibilities in every situation. When you choose to cultivate positivity, you're building a powerful foundation for mental strength and long-term success. By focusing on gratitude, reframing negative experiences, practicing self-compassion, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and taking care of your body and mind, you'll create a mindset that supports your growth, happiness, and success. Positivity is a powerful tool that, when consistently practiced, can transform your life and help you become the best version of yourself. Chapter 7. The Importance of Rest. How to recharge your mind for peak performance. In our culture of constant hustle, rest is often seen as a luxury rather than a necessity. We are frequently encouraged to keep pushing forward, work harder, and stay busy, believing that success is directly tied to how much time and energy we invest into our tasks. While hard work is important, the ability to rest and recharge is just as essential to achieving lasting success. Rest is not only about sleep, It's about taking time to step back, unwind, and give your mind the space it needs to recover and perform at its highest level. When we neglect rest, we undermine our mental and physical well-being. A tired mind is less sharp, less focused, and more prone to making mistakes. Over time, chronic exhaustion can lead to burnout, poor decision-making, and diminished creativity. Just as athletes take breaks to recover after intense training sessions, we too need periods of rest to restore our mental energy and improve performance. This chapter will explore the importance of rest, how it contributes to mental strength, and how you can incorporate effective rest strategies into your daily routine to achieve peak performance. The first step in understanding the importance of rest is recognizing that the mind, just like the body, has limits. It can only handle so much stress, mental exertion, and information before it begins to break down. Continuous mental effort without sufficient rest leads to cognitive overload, which can result in decreased productivity, poor memory, and heightened stress levels. Just as muscles need recovery time after a workout, your brain needs recovery to function at its best. Sleep is one of the most crucial aspects of mental rest. It is during sleep that your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and rejuvenates its cognitive functions. Without enough sleep, the brain cannot perform at its optimal level, leading to difficulties with concentration, memory, and emotional regulation. Most adults require 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to feel fully rested and alert during the day. A lack of sleep doesn't just affect your ability to focus, it also impairs your decision-making abilities, creativity, and ability to cope with stress. Therefore, prioritizing good sleep habits, such as maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a restful environment, and avoiding excessive screen time before bed, plays a vital role in ensuring that your mind is functioning at its highest capacity. In addition to sleep, rest includes taking breaks throughout the day to step away from mentally taxing tasks. It's easy to fall into the trap of working for hours without a break, thinking that you'll be more productive by powering through. However, research shows that taking regular breaks actually enhances productivity, focus, and creativity. Short breaks, whether it's a quick walk, stretching, or a few minutes of deep breathing, help to refresh your mind and body, allowing you to return to your work with greater clarity and energy. This can be especially helpful if you're facing a particularly challenging task or trying to solve a complex problem. By stepping away for a brief moment, you give your mind the space it needs to reset and approach the task from a new perspective. Mental rest also involves giving yourself permission to detach from work, responsibilities, and other stresses in your life. This doesn't mean neglecting your commitments, but rather finding moments throughout your day or week to step back and recharge. For example, setting aside time for hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or simply relaxing in nature can provide valuable mental breaks. These activities allow you to disconnect from the pressures of daily life and restore your sense of balance. The key is to be intentional about creating moments of rest and relaxation, whether they come in the form of a weekend getaway, a quiet evening at home, or a peaceful walk in the park. Rest is also about finding time to unplug from technology. In today's digital age, we are constantly connected to our devices, whether it's checking emails, scrolling through social media, or consuming information online. While technology can be incredibly useful, it can also be mentally draining. The constant flow of information, notifications, and digital distractions can overwhelm our minds, leaving us feeling fatigued and stressed. To truly rest and recharge, it's essential to take time away from screens and digital devices. Setting boundaries for technology use, such as turning off notifications or having designated screen-free times, can help create the space needed for your mind to relax and recharge. Another important aspect of rest is allowing yourself to engage in activities that promote relaxation and mindfulness. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, and yoga are powerful tools for calming the mind and reducing stress. These practices help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the nervous system responsible for relaxation and recovery. Even just a few minutes of meditation or deep breathing can lower your stress levels, improve focus, and create a sense of calm. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can enhance your mental well-being and boost your ability to handle stress and challenges. Rest also means giving yourself permission to slow down and not always be productive. In a society that celebrates productivity and achievement, there can be a sense of guilt associated with taking time off or doing nothing. However, true rest is about allowing your mind and body the time they need to recover and heal. It's essential to recognize that rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining long-term health and performance. By accepting that rest is just as important as work, you can create a more sustainable and fulfilling lifestyle. Rest allows you to reset your perspective. When we're constantly on the go, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the pressures of daily life and lose sight of what truly matters. Taking time to rest and recharge gives you the opportunity to reflect, gain clarity, and reassess your priorities. This mental clarity can lead to better decision-making, improved creativity, and a stronger sense of purpose. Rest is a vital component of mental strength. It is essential not only for recovery, but for optimizing cognitive function, emotional well-being, and long-term success. By prioritizing sleep, taking regular breaks, unplugging from technology, and engaging in relaxation practices, you create the space for your mind to thrive. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. In order to achieve peak performance and maintain your mental strength, you must make rest a regular part of your routine. By incorporating rest into your life, you ensure that you're not just surviving, you're thriving with a mind that is sharp, resilient, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Chapter 8. The Art of Consistency. Strengthening your mind through daily habits. Consistency is the secret ingredient behind achieving success in any area of life. Whether it's building mental resilience, cultivating new habits, or reaching your goals, consistent effort is what makes the difference between fleeting attempts and long-term achievements. The mind is like a garden, and consistency is the water that nourishes it. If you want to develop a strong, disciplined mind, you must commit to showing up every day, even when it feels difficult or when immediate results aren't visible. In this chapter, we'll explore how developing consistency can strengthen your mind, improve your mental discipline, and help you achieve your long-term goals. Consistency is not about being perfect every single day. Rather, it's about making small, purposeful actions each day that build momentum over time. The key to strengthening your mind through consistency is to develop daily habits that align with your personal growth and well-being. These habits create a sense of routine and structure, making it easier for you to stay focused, productive, and mentally strong. The first step in cultivating consistency is understanding that success is not an overnight achievement, it's the result of sustained effort. We often look at highly successful individuals and assume that they reach their level of success by having a breakthrough moment or by being naturally gifted. The truth is, the most successful people are those who consistently put in the work, day in and day out, regardless of external circumstances. They have learned that long-term success comes from focusing on the process, not just the end result. To create consistency in your life, it's essential to start with small, manageable goals. Trying to overhaul your entire life in one go can be overwhelming and unsustainable. Instead, break down your larger goals into smaller, achievable actions. For example, if your goal is to become mentally stronger, begin with daily practices such as journaling, meditation, or mindfulness for just 10 minutes each day. While these small actions may seem insignificant at first, over time, they accumulate to create a powerful, lasting change in your mindset. One of the biggest obstacles to consistency is the belief that you need to be motivated all the time in order to take action. Motivation is often fleeting. It comes and goes depending on how we feel or what's going on in our lives. However, consistency isn't reliant on motivation. It's built on discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. When you commit to consistent actions, you build mental discipline that helps you push through resistance and stay on track, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Over time, this consistency becomes ingrained in your routine, and you begin to do it without thinking, just as naturally as brushing your teeth in the morning. A key element of consistency is developing a daily routine. The more structured your day is, the easier it becomes to incorporate positive habits and actions into your life. Start by identifying the activities that will help you strengthen your mind and reach your goals. Then set aside time each day to practice them. For example, you might start each day with a morning meditation or a few minutes of deep breathing to center your mind. You could dedicate a specific time to reading or self-reflection, which helps reinforce your personal growth. The more consistent you are in practicing these habits, the more you will develop mental clarity, resilience, and emotional stability. It's also important to track your progress and celebrate small wins along the way. Consistency is easier to maintain when you can see the results of your efforts, even in small ways. Keep a journal of your progress. Write down your thoughts after each session of meditation or self-reflection, and recognize how much you've grown over time. Celebrating your successes, no matter how minor, boosts your motivation and reinforces the habit of consistency. The more you acknowledge your progress, the more you'll want to continue making small, positive actions every day. However, it's important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you fall short, miss a practice, or struggle to stay on track. That's okay. The key is to not let those slip-ups derail your progress. The most successful people are those who understand that setbacks are part of the journey and who don't give up after one failure. Instead of criticizing yourself for missing a day or not being perfect, use it as an opportunity to learn and get back on track. Consistency isn't about never making mistakes. It's about getting up each time you fall and continuing forward. Another important aspect of consistency is accountability. It's easier to stay consistent when you have someone or something holding you accountable. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or even a habit-tracking app, accountability creates a sense of responsibility and motivation to keep going. You might find that having a support system or a community can help you stay on track and remind you of your goals. Having someone who checks in on your progress can keep you focused and encourage you when you feel like giving up. As you continue to practice consistency in your daily life, you'll notice that it becomes easier to stay focused and mentally strong. The more you reinforce positive habits, the more they become second nature. You'll begin to trust the process and see that the results are worth the effort. In addition to consistency, you must also be patient with yourself. It can be easy to become frustrated if you don't see immediate results, but remember that growth takes time. Every day that you show up and do the work, you are making progress. Even if you don't see dramatic changes right away, trust that your consistent actions are adding up and that the results will eventually become evident. Mental strength is built over time, and it's the small daily habits that compound to create lasting transformation. Consistency is one of the most powerful tools you can use to strengthen your mind. By committing to daily habits, developing mental discipline, and showing up each day, no matter how you feel, you'll build a foundation for success that is unshakable. With consistency, you'll develop the resilience, focus, and mental strength needed to face challenges and achieve your goals. Remember, success is not about making huge leaps. It's about making steady, consistent progress. When you stay committed to the process, you'll find that your mind becomes stronger, more focused, and more capable of handling anything that comes your way. Chapter 9. Embracing change, adapting your mindset to evolve with life. Change is inevitable. Whether it's in our personal lives, our careers, or the world around us, change is one of the few constants we can rely on. Yet, while change is a natural part of life, many people resist it out of fear or a sense of comfort in the familiar. We cling to routines, beliefs, and environments that make us feel secure, but in doing so, we limit our potential for growth. Embracing change is essential for strengthening your mind and adapting to the ever-evolving world. By developing a mindset that welcomes change, you open yourself up to new possibilities, growth, and transformation. The first step in embracing change is understanding that change doesn't have to be something to fear. It's easy to see change as something disruptive or uncomfortable, but in reality, change is the catalyst for personal growth. Without change, there is no opportunity to evolve, learn, or improve. Think of change as a blank canvas, a chance to create a new version of yourself, your life, or your circumstances. The more you learn to embrace change, the more you will be able to adapt and thrive, no matter what challenges life presents. A mindset that resists change is often rooted in fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of losing control. These fears are completely natural and often arise when we're faced with something new or unfamiliar. However, living in fear of change only keeps you stuck in a cycle of stagnation. In order to break free from this fear, you must shift your perspective. Rather than seeing change as something to fear, view it as an opportunity for growth. Every time you face change, it's an invitation to stretch beyond your current limitations, learn something new, and develop the strength to navigate life's unpredictability. By reframing change in this way, you can overcome the fear and begin to embrace it as a necessary and exciting part of life. To strengthen your ability to adapt to change, it's important to develop flexibility in your thinking. Flexibility means being able to adjust your mindset, expectations, and approach when faced with unexpected circumstances. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and when things don't turn out the way you anticipated, the ability to pivot and adapt becomes a crucial skill. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means being willing to find new ways to reach those goals when your original path is blocked. By staying open to different approaches and being willing to change course when necessary, you can keep moving forward even when the road ahead is uncertain. Another important aspect of embracing change is developing emotional resilience. Change often brings with it emotions such as anxiety, uncertainty, or frustration, especially when it's a significant change in your life. Emotional resilience is the ability to manage these emotions effectively and maintain your composure during times of upheaval. To build emotional resilience, it's essential to acknowledge your emotions without letting them control you. Rather than suppressing your feelings or letting fear take over, practice mindfulness and emotional regulation techniques to process your emotions in a healthy way. By allowing yourself to feel your emotions and then letting them pass without judgment, you can navigate the emotional roller coaster that often accompanies change and move forward with clarity and strength. Part of developing emotional resilience involves reframing your experiences of change. For instance, if a career change or personal setback has caused distress, ask yourself, what is the lesson here? How can I grow from this experience? Shifting your mindset from a focus on what's been lost to what can be gained through the change allows you to see the potential for growth in every situation. Every challenge or unexpected turn in life holds the seeds of opportunity. When you embrace these opportunities and learn from them, you turn change into a powerful force for positive transformation. In addition to emotional resilience, embracing change also requires letting go of attachment to outcomes. It's natural to want to control the results of our actions, but the reality is that we don't always have control over how things unfold. When we become too attached to a particular outcome, we create unnecessary stress and disappointment when things don't go as planned. By learning to release attachment to specific outcomes, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection and allow life to unfold as it will. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals or abandoning your ambitions. It simply means accepting that things may not always go exactly as planned, and that's okay. When you let go of rigid expectations and embrace the flow of life, you open yourself to new experiences and possibilities. One of the most effective ways to embrace change is by developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and circumstances can be developed and improved over time through effort, learning, and perseverance. When you have a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to avoid. You're open to feedback, willing to take risks, and embrace new experiences as a chance to expand your knowledge and skills. Cultivating a growth mindset allows you to see change as a positive force in your life, one that propels you toward continuous improvement and greater success. Another important factor in embracing change is the ability to practice self-compassion. Change often involves moments of discomfort, uncertainty, or even failure. During these times, it's easy to become self-critical or harsh on yourself. However, being kind to yourself during times of change is essential for mental strength. Instead of blaming yourself for not handling change perfectly, acknowledge that change is difficult and that it's okay to struggle. Give yourself the grace to learn and grow from each experience. And remember that every step, even the missteps, is part of the journey. Remember that change is not something you need to face alone. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and encourage you through times of change. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, having a support system that believes in you can make all the difference when you're navigating new challenges. Share your experiences, seek advice, and rely on the strength of your support network as you go through transitions in life. Embracing change is one of the most important keys to strengthening your mind. When you learn to adapt to life's inevitable changes with an open mind and a resilient spirit, you unlock your full potential and set yourself up for success. Change is not something to fear. It is an opportunity to grow, learn, and transform. By cultivating emotional resilience, practicing flexibility, letting go of rigid expectations, and developing a growth mindset, you can navigate change with confidence and grace. Remember, the more you embrace change, the stronger and more adaptable your mind will become, and the more you will be able to thrive no matter what life throws your way. Chapter 10. Unlocking your full potential, cultivating a mindset for limitless growth. Every individual has within them the potential for greatness, but unlocking that potential requires more than just wishful thinking. It takes a conscious effort, a growth mindset, and a willingness to challenge the limitations we place on ourselves. So often, the greatest obstacle to success is not the external world, but the beliefs we hold about our own abilities. If you want to unlock your full potential, you need to first begin by shifting your mindset, believing that you are capable of more than you've been led to believe, and that growth, no matter how difficult, is always possible. A mindset that fosters limitless growth starts with recognizing that your potential is not fixed. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence, talents, and abilities are predetermined and cannot be changed. This mindset limits growth, as it discourages effort and often results in a fear of failure. On the other hand, a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities can be developed through hard work, dedication, and perseverance. With a growth mindset, every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, and every setback serves as a stepping stone toward success. To unlock your full potential, you must embrace the belief that growth is always possible and that you have the ability to change and evolve at any stage of your life. The first step in unlocking your full potential is recognizing the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality. They determine how you perceive challenges, how you respond to setbacks, and how you approach your goals. Negative thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," will keep you stuck in self-doubt and prevent you from taking the necessary actions to achieve your goals. To unlock your full potential, you must begin to replace these limiting thoughts with empowering beliefs. Instead of saying, "I'm not capable," start telling yourself, "I am capable of learning and improving with effort." Positive self-talk is a powerful tool for rewiring your brain to believe in your own potential, and with consistent practice, you'll begin to notice a shift in how you perceive yourself and your abilities. One of the most critical elements of unlocking your potential is setting clear, actionable goals. Goals give you direction, purpose, and a roadmap for success. Without goals, it's easy to wander through life without a clear sense of where you're headed. Setting goals gives you something to strive for, and it creates a sense of focus that drives you toward achieving what you truly want in life. However, it's important to set goals that challenge you, but are still achievable. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks, and take consistent, daily action toward achieving them. Each small win will build momentum, fueling your belief that you are capable of achieving bigger things. Remember, growth is a journey, and each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. To unlock your full potential, you also need to cultivate the courage to step outside your comfort zone. Growth happens when you push beyond the boundaries of what feels familiar and safe. When we stay in our comfort zones, we limit our opportunities for learning and growth. Stepping outside your comfort zone can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's the only way to break through the mental barriers that hold you back. Whether it's taking on a new challenge at work, learning a new skill, or confronting your fears, each time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand your potential. The more you face discomfort, the more you'll realize that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. A key component of unlocking your potential is developing resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward no matter how many obstacles come your way. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, it's important to remember that setbacks are not the end of the road. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and become stronger. When you experience failure, instead of seeing it as a personal defeat, look at it as a lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve moving forward? Resilience is about keeping going in the face of adversity, knowing that each obstacle you overcome brings you one step closer to unlocking your true potential. In addition to resilience, cultivating a growth mindset also involves being open to feedback and constantly seeking self-improvement. The most successful people are those who are willing to learn from others, whether it's through mentorship, reading, or seeking constructive criticism. When you are open to feedback, you gain valuable insights that can help you improve and refine your approach. Embrace feedback as a tool for growth rather than something to be feared or avoided. Instead of saying, "I already know everything," adopt a mindset that says, "I can always learn more." When you approach life with this mindset, you will continually evolve and improve, unlocking new levels of potential and possibility. Another essential element of unlocking your full potential is building self-discipline. It's one thing to have big dreams and aspirations, but without the discipline to take consistent action, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. Self-discipline is what enables you to stay focused on your goals, even when distractions arise or when things get difficult. Building self-discipline starts with making small, intentional choices each day that align with your long-term goals. Whether it's sticking to a workout routine, maintaining a healthy diet, or staying committed to a project, each decision you make shapes your ability to achieve your potential. Self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistently showing up, even when motivation is low, and pushing through when the going gets tough. To truly unlock your potential, it's also essential to prioritize your mental and physical health. A healthy mind and body are the foundation for sustained growth and success. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep are vital for mental clarity, focus, and energy. When you take care of your physical health, you improve your cognitive function and emotional well-being, which in turn enhances your ability to tackle challenges and achieve your goals. Mental strength and physical health go hand in hand. When one is nurtured, the other flourishes. Unlocking your potential requires a willingness to stay patient and trust the process. Personal growth is not linear, and success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and persistence to achieve your full potential, and it's important to stay committed to the journey. During difficult moments, remind yourself that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Trust that the effort you put in today will pay off in the long run. Unlocking your full potential is about shifting your mindset, setting meaningful goals, stepping outside your comfort zone, and cultivating resilience, self-discipline, and a growth mindset. It's about believing in your ability to grow and continuously striving to improve. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. When you embrace challenges, focus on progress over perfection, and take consistent action, you will begin to unlock your true potential and create a life that reflects the greatness that lies within you. Remember, you have everything you need to succeed. All that's required is the willingness to unlock your potential and step into your power. Throughout this journey, we've explored the essential practices and mindsets needed to strengthen your mind and unlock the full potential that lies within you. Each chapter has provided you with tools to build resilience, foster discipline, and cultivate mental clarity. The truth is, the mind is an incredibly powerful force, and by mastering it, you open the door to limitless possibilities. The ability to control your thoughts, emotions, energy, and actions is what sets you apart from those who remain stagnant, allowing you to break through barriers and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. The first step in this transformation is self-awareness. Understanding who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and the emotions that drive your behaviors is the foundation upon which all growth is built. Once you become aware of your internal landscape, you can begin to make intentional choices that align with your true self and long-term goals. You learn the power of focus and how to train your mind to stay centered in a world filled with distractions. By setting clear goals and practicing mindfulness, you can avoid the noise and channel your energy into what truly matters. Mental resilience emerged as a critical element in overcoming life's inevitable challenges, showing you how to bounce back from adversity and use setbacks as stepping stones to greater strength. Self-control and emotional regulation are key to maintaining consistency in your efforts, helping you make disciplined choices even in the face of temptation or fatigue. As you cultivated these practices, the power of positivity and gratitude began to reshape your mindset, replacing negativity with optimism and confidence. Patience became a vital tool in your mental toolkit, teaching you to trust the process and embrace life's ebb and flow. You learned that rest is not a sign of weakness, but an essential part of sustained mental strength. By prioritizing recovery and recharging, you ensure that your mind remains sharp and focused for the long haul. As you continued your journey, consistency emerged as the rhythm that propels your progress. Small, daily actions add up over time, creating lasting habits that build mental and emotional strength. Change became something you no longer feared, but welcomed as an opportunity to grow and evolve. You learned that your potential is not fixed, and by embracing new experiences, you unlock the power to continually expand your abilities. The art of mastering your energy, becoming mindful of where it's directed, and learning to conserve and refocus it was the catalyst that transformed your life. When you align your physical, mental, and emotional energy toward your highest priorities, you begin to operate at your fullest potential. Strengthening your mind is not a one-time event. It is a continuous, evolving journey. It requires ongoing practice, self-reflection, and a commitment to your own growth. The strategies shared in this book are tools to help you stay focused, positive, resilient, and aligned with your goals. You now have the foundation to build a mind that is not only strong, but adaptable, creative, and unshakable in the face of challenges. Remember, the mind is your greatest asset, and when you invest in it, you unlock the potential for a life filled with success, peace, and fulfillment. The power to change, to grow, and to achieve greatness is always within you. All it takes is the courage to believe in yourself, the discipline to act, and the persistence to keep going, no matter what life throws your way. Now, go forth with strength, clarity, and the belief that anything is possible when you master the art of strengthening your mind.